Hi there, I'm Neil from Gamify, and in this video I'm going to show you how to customize your very first game using our WIX app. Hi there guys, thanks again for downloading the Gamify app for WIX. Like I said in the intro, in this short video I'm going to show you how to create your first game in the app, so let's get started. As you can see, I'm already signed into WIX, and I've actually upgraded to the gold plan. I'd really recommend you do that. It just gives you so much more functionality and complete control over how you're going to customize your game. Let's get started. So if you haven't added a game to your library yet, you'll be presented with this library of games. You can go in and play any of them to test it out to see if you like them. I already know which game I'm going to customize, so I'm going to choose Kite Kittens. Go ahead and select the game you want to customize. You can then preview the game to see if you enjoy it and see if it's going to, match up what you want to do with it. I love this game. It's super fun, super simple, and it just has a lot of opportunity for customization. So I'm going to click next step. Cool. Click continue. On this first page, you're going to have everything to do with your game in the way of naming it and describing it. And this is how the game will look before it's played on your website. So you can start by naming it. I'm going to call mine Mad Shopper. And then you can describe your game. So just make something up. Fly through the air in a trolley and collect as many points as possible. Cool. You can then change the title of your play button. I'm going to leave it as play now. And then you can customize how the screen looks when the game is finished. So you can have it go to a game over screen, or you can have it go to a leaderboard screen. I'm going to leave it as game over. And down here, you can download the image that you're using for that background. So upload your own design. If you don't like it, no stress, you can always go back. I'm going to leave that the way it is. This little preview over here is how it'll display on your website. So you can change this background to match your design. Again, click upload your own. If you don't like it, no stress, you can always revert back to default image. Once you're happy with that screen, click next step. This is when the fun stuff starts to happen. So this is where you can download the entire game as a file, and you can customize every visual element of the game. You can even just do maybe 1 or 2 assets of the game if that's all you want to change. But today I'm going to download the entire game. Give it a sec, it'll download. It'll then put a zip file in your downloads folder. Before we jump into there, on your desktop or in a folder, create a file that you can keep everything in one spot, just to keep things nice and simple. I've already done that on my desktop, so I will go into my downloads folder. And I will grab that zip file and I'll just drag it over into my game file folder, which I created. This way, everything's nice and neat, and you can always go back and know where things are. Unzip it. You'll then be shown a folder that has every single sprite within the game. You don't have to customize all of them, but this just gives you a really nice option to select what you want to customize. What you then want to do is you want to choose the program in which you are going to customize this game. You can do it with a few different programs. You can use Illustrator, you can use Photoshop, you can download GIMP, which is a free program off Google. I love using Illustrator because it shows me everything in one spot. It's a great program to use, and it just has a lot of flexibility when it comes to exporting quality and all sorts of cool things. So I will jump over to Illustrator now and show you what I've done. Cool. So believe it or not, this is the game in its visual format. I've redesigned it to be a little bit post-apocalyptic and a little bit political and a bit fun. So what I've done here is I've named and created all these artboards which match the exact same dimensions as the files in the original game. There is one rule. You'll notice that all of these sprites have little names. You just want to make sure that when you replace a sprite, you export as a PNG and it matches the same name as the original file. The only other thing you want to make sure that you're doing is that the dimensions of your customized sprite are the same as the original. This just means that when the game is playing, it queries exactly the same size sprite as the original game, and it'll look fantastic. Cool. In Illustrator, once you've created and customized your own visual assets, you want to then export them. On a Mac, it's Command Option E, or you can go up to File, Export, Export As. Oops, sorry. You'll want to go File, Export, Export for Screens, and then leave all of these selected. You'll want to make sure that each one of these artboards are named. This is how they are defaulted, but that won't work when you upload it. So make sure you go through and you rename them. Over here on the Formats pane, make sure it's at 1x scale and it's a PNG. You'll then want to show Illustrator where to export the files to. So what you then want to do is click this little folder, run over to where you have that folder set up. So I've called it Mad Shopper. Head over to Export and pop your files in there. I've actually popped my working ones in images and they're sitting there ready to go. So let's do that. Cool. I've got it in my working folder. Jump into your images folder that you made earlier. Select all of the images. Head over into your game file and paste. You'll be prompted to skip, stop, or replace all of the sprites. Apply all, and then you want to actually replace all of them. The sprites in which you didn't customize will remain, and the ones that you have customized will be replaced. So now what you want to do is just, again, highlight all of these images, and you want to compress them. You can leave this name as it is. I'm just going to call it Mad Shopper just for the sake of being neat. I know where to go when I upload it to WIX. Cool, now your game is ready to upload. So jump over back into WIX, and then you'll be prompted with this little blue button here called Upload All. Give that a hit. Navigate to where you have that, that new zip called Mad Shopper or whatever you want to name it. Click Open. And you'll see there the program is uploading all of those new things. You can see here that already the preview is showing me the new game, and you can see that everything fits and looks the way it should. So now what you want to do is click Next Step. Cool. This is a really fun bit of the process as well. This is where you can capture certain information from your customers. This is super useful if you want to capture maybe email addresses, or maybe you want to get very specific information from your customers to learn more about what products you're selling or what service you're providing. So it starts with first name. You can then go and add as many as you like. So I would then go and do email. Leave it as required, so you're making sure you're capturing that information. And I'm just going to add, what else is there? Let's add the website. Cool, that's done. You can also then add rewards. So if you're selling a product on your website and you have some voucher codes ready to go, hit this button here, and then you can jump in here and add a reward to your game. Cool. So by default, it has some text there, but you might want to just write in here, congrats, you've won 20% off your next purchase. You'll then want to put in the voucher code that you've made. So let's just call it 20% off. Cool. And if you've had a design made for your voucher, or you want to just make it look a little different, change this default image. Just click on the image and you can go ahead and upload a new version of that. Cool. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Once you're happy, you click on Next. I'm just going to untick these ones because I actually don't want those. Just click Next. And that's it. The game will then load, and then you can preview it and see that it plays the way you want it to play. There we go. You'll notice that the game looks completely different now. It's a little less light, and it's got a bit of a grungy feel to it, and it's a bit of fun. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for weekly updates from us. If you found it helpful, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.